Shalom. Kol holo Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rahahakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect scattered throughout the four corners of the globe. My name is Barad Debal, coming to you from the GMS campus, Indianapolis. And to all those listening and learning, to you, I say Shalom. Especially to you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians that make up the 12 tribes of Israel. Today, this is a cautionary tale, part 5, and somewhat like on the one yesterday, but a few other scriptures that I have come to mind. As you can see in the title here, it says, man dies after being shot multiple times during family argument in and actually Atacasta home, and they'll mention the city or the area. And I have another video that I'm going to play right after. It's going to give a little bit more detail, and then I'm going to bring out some scriptures. Again, cautionary to those of the true believers of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, that if we keep the commandments of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai to the best of our ability, that many of these things, simple things such as arguments and the way that we speak, could change the outcome of many scenarios such as this. So here we go.
Man is dead after he was shot multiple times during what they're calling a family disturbance. Our Ricky Munoz is live at the scene this morning with what investigators are revealing. Ricky?
Kathy, good morning. Now, there's still a lot of unanswered questions. I'm going to step to the side so you can see that scene has cleared already. Deputies still don't know why this argument all started and what led to the shooting of this man. Investigators say a man was shot multiple times during a family argument inside the home. He died at the scene. Several people who were inside the house when it happened have been arrested and are being interviewed by deputies.
There was some type of domestic or family disturbance that happened inside of a home. Ultimately, there was an adult male that was shot multiple times. He was confirmed on scene. We have a few people that were inside the home detained. At this time, we are drafting a search warrant to get inside the home to be able to process it and to, of course, get to the body. We have several people out here detained that were either witnesses or that were inside the home that we're interviewing at this time to find out exactly what occurred.
Deputies have not released the identity of the man just yet. They still don't know why the shooting happened. They don't know why they shot this man, but we'll continue keeping you updated on air and online at click2houston.com. Reporting in Atascocita, Ricky Munoz, KPRC2 News.
Did you know that you
Atascocita. All right, so I want to give me a moment. Let me
sell your house in as little as 14 days? Yes, and you can do it with.
Okay, so I'm going to pull up another video, but just before, let me get this right here. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 12, verses 24, verse 12 and 13. It says, and because iniquity shall abound, meaning sin increase upon the earth, all right, because sin shall increase, he says, the love of many shall wax cold. And when you go into that word cold, you get the word psycho. He says, but he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. How shall you endure? By taking heed to the ways, the knowledge of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai that is presented by the prophets, the men in which he sent. And we like to say, of course, in faith, the great men, the men of great millstone, starting with our head apostles, elders, the bishops, and those that teach the likewise doctrine. Let's go to this other video, and then we'll finish from there. Again, we'll keep it short. Again, it's cautionary tale, part 5.
Tonight, an argument ended with one man dead in a home and in North.
And this one's going to have just a little bit more details. They're actually going to speak some names and things like that. And And I'll actually go into the commentary just curious to see what they're saying.
Harris County. Investigators say Colin Smith shot Kenston Beard repeatedly before taking off.
Katira Winfrey explains how a major piece of evidence was found in the investigation.
Colin Smith is in the Harris County jail charged with murder. Harris County investigators say he shot a man at a home in Atascocita. Authorities were able to track him down nearby, but they say a police dog located the weapon they believe was used.
Tragedy played out inside this Atascocita home on Glen Crossing Circle Saturday night. Harris County investigators say it was around 9 p.m. when a man was shot and killed inside. The person responsible, they say, ran away. When the shooting happened, investigators say young children and adults were inside, adding it stemmed from an argument that took a turn. Investigators found the victim, Kenston Beard, shot multiple times lying on the kitchen floor, and the suspect, Colin Smith, gone. Authorities found Smith nearby. Then the Harris County Precinct 4's dog tracked down another major piece in the investigation, sniffing out the weapon investigators believe was used. Deputies cut through the lock to access the dumpster near a car wash where they located a gun and a magazine. Families still on scene weren't physically hurt but were too upset to speak with us on camera. Reporting in North Harris County, Katira Winfrey, KHOU 11 News.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 10, verses 34 through 36. It says, "Think not that I am come to send peace on earth. I come not to send peace, but a sword." Sword is any killing instrument. And when Yahushua, he's on his way. In the process of his return, there's going to be a lot of division and disagreements, fightings, that's going to happen upon the earth, starting with the top elites and going down all the way to those that are the commonwealth, those that are just basically living life, okay, paycheck to paycheck, okay. So verse 35, he says, "For I am come to set a man at variance against his father, and the daughter against her mother, and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. A man's foes, which is enemy, shall be they of his own household." So, of course, not sure of the details as far as the first video was saying family argument. But in any case, you're going to see that these are going to be close acquaintances. And we're seeing it happen all over the earth, all over the Americas. You're seeing son hurting father, father hurting son. In my last video, you seeing Jake, so-called black men, going into the store, having evil eyes toward each other, saying, speaking an argument, and it flares up into someone dying. And so it's very cautionary that we walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the time, for the days are evil. When we go out, whether it to your daily, you're going into work, you may be at the gym, you may, some people still like to go and play basketball, and you play basketball with random people, and certain people can't take certain speech, and they can't take certain names being called. You call them a certain name, and then fights break out or guns get drawn and pulled. And so we have to be careful as far as who we interact with, who we allow into our home. That's your personal space. And of course, be of those that are a true like minds of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, those who will be keeping the commandments of the Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. Like it tells you, thou should not steal, thou should not kill, thou should not commit adultery, thou should not bear false witness against thy neighbor, thou should not covet, thou should not put any other gods before the Most High, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. Yahushai even said in these two commandments, he says, love the Most High with all thy heart, thy soul, and with all thy mind, roughly paraphrasing. He said, and the second is likened unto it, love thy neighbor as thyself. And so that would be part of it. You wouldn't want to put hurt unto your neighbor. or cause pain and grief unto your neighbor, and those that are of his family. Okay, so let me get this other scripture. This is the book of Leviticus, chapter, I want to get 19, because I said love thy neighbor as thyself. And we're going to confirm who that neighbor is. This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 19. I want to get verses 1 and 2, and then we're going to jump down to 16 through 18. All right. Leviticus chapter 19, verses 1. It says, "And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying," now the laws and statutes, the commandments, the judgments, all these things were given to Moses, and he then handed this down to the children of Israel. Verse 2, "Speak unto all the congregation of the children of Israel, and say unto them, Ye shall be holy," which is set apart. Okay. "For I, the Lord, your power, am holy." All right. So these are the things that were spoken to the children of Israel. Okay. Let's go down. Actually, let me get this next one. He says, "Ye shall fear every man his mother and his father, and keep my Sabbaths, for I am the Lord your power." So again, that's one. You're seeing in today's time, young men aren't showing any respect to their parents, or women aren't showing any respect to their parents. You see the parents are causing major harm, and vexing their children. And so there's a lot of infighting and things like that. And then you have friends fighting as enemies. I have a scripture I'll get briefly on that one. So I'm going to jump down to 16. So now we know that thy neighbor is dealing with the children of Israel. Verse 16, "Thou shalt not go up and down as a talebearer among thy people." So a talebearer is, let's just actually get it real quick. Talebearer, one that spreads gossip and rumors. Okay. And there's a lot of people within the children of Israel that does that. Okay. It says, "Thou shalt not go up and down as a talebearer among thy people, neither shalt thou stand against the blood of thy neighbor. I am the Lord." Verse 17, "Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart." All right. And that heart goes into the Hebrew word. It's a Hebrew word lab, which means the mind. Okay. "You should not hate thy brother in thy heart. Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor and not suffer sin upon him." So of course, that's what the prophets do. Go out into the highways and the byways, and they rebuke the children of Israel. That's where we go. "Cry aloud, spare not, lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and show thy people their transgressions, in the house of Jacob their sins." Roughly paraphrasing. But that is, and to suffer and not suffer sin upon him. So we're telling you in things like this, how you should conduct yourself. Conduct yourselves in the ways of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, by keeping the laws, the commandments, listening to the prophets and the men, the teachers in which he sent, and do it to the best, and follow him to the best of your ability, and you will fare well. Okay. Things like being in amongst family, knowing how to conduct yourself, knowing when to speak, when not to speak, to just listen, and to not be in a place of adding fuel to the fire, so to speak, making something much greater than what it is. Sometimes just something that's small, and I'm just using this as an example. People, there have been many a times where there've been people shooting dice, a dice game, and it's over like $5, and they're shooting dice and they lose, and they're talking crazy, and the guy either robs the guy or he shoots and unalives the guy over something as simple as a few dollars. Okay. But this is how the spirit of Esau Edom, put into the world of, pride, arrogancy, and contention, strife, These are the things that are bred in this land. So we have to make sure that we are walking in the Spirit and not putting ourselves in situations or trying to avoid situations that would up the risk of things like this. He says, verse 18, thou shalt not avenge nor bear a grudge against the children of thy people, but thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. I am the Lord. See? So these are, I did say 19, but 18 is what I wanted. So you should love thy neighbor, which is the children of Israel, as thyself. And this comes forth with, those you want to treat everyone, the children of Israel, how you would want to be treated. Okay. And if you can keep that rule, just that in itself, you could fare well in a lot of situations. Here's the last scripture I want to get. This is the book of 2nd Esdras chapter 6, verse 24. The main part is the first part of this. It says, at that time, which we're in those times, it says, friends fight one against another like enemies. Okay, so that's it right there. And the earth shall stand in fear with those who dwell therein, and the springs of the fountains shall stand still, and in 3 hours they shall not run. So it goes into something else, but the main point is at that time, friends shall fight one another like enemies, and that's what's actually going on in this present day. So this is a cautionary tale, part 5, and I guess I would say friends fighting as enemies would be the heading, other part of the heading. But I hope that this lesson was edifying, uplifting, exhorting of some sort, alarming to get right in the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai to the elect body of true believers of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Before I end, I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai Bahashem Rahahakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect scattered throughout the four corners of the globe. Until next time, all those listening and learning to you, I say, Shalom.